amigo Jorge, diga, diga Jorge, meu amigo Jorge.
From WNIJ Studios on the campus of Northern Illinois University, this is Sessions from Studio A. I'm Spencer Tritt. The Orange Book is the debut album from singer and multi-instrumentalist Jontan. The title comes from a cookbook in Jontan's kitchen and is filled with different musical flavors, from pop to soul and even Brazilian samba. We'll talk with Jontan this hour about his diverse musical taste. Also join us for tracks from the Orange Book and some live recordings from the band playing right here in WNIJ's Studio A. We'll open the Orange Book with Jontan this hour on Sessions from Studio A.
Meu amigo Jorge, diga, diga Jorge.
Welcome to Sessions from Studio A on WNIJ, our showcase for some of the best original music from local and touring artists here in Northern Illinois, Southern Wisconsin, and beyond. This week we are joined by Jontan, singer and multi-instrumentalist who just released his debut album, The Orange Book, last year. We'll hear tracks from that and an interview with Jontan coming up. But first, the band stopped by Studio A for a great live performance. This is Jontan on Sessions from Studio A.
Was I Jorge, diga, diga Jorge, meu amigo Jorge, diga, diga Jorge. Vamos andar no alto, juntos dançar lá no palco. É meu amigo de boa causa, então sigo sem nenhuma pausa. Pule Jontan, pule Jontan. Meu amigo Jorge, diga, diga Jorge. Meu amigo Jorge, diga, diga Jorge. Vamos andar na ribanceira, baixo o mar, lá bem à beira. Sorri franco de Dolomite. Quando tô com ele me sinto sem limite. É meu amigo de boa causa, então sigo sem nenhuma pausa.
This is Sessions from Studio A, and you just heard Jontan playing live in the studio, and we're here now with Jontan and the band. Thanks so much for coming out to DeKalb, everyone, and playing in Studio A. So last year, you put out your debut album, and it's The Orange Book. So before we talk about the album, though, tell me, what is The Orange Book? Is that a real book?
Yeah, I have it at home. It's a cookbook that I was gifted that has sentimental value for me, so that I wrote a song about the Orange Cookbook.
So it actually is a cookbook, because the line in the song is, everything you cook comes from the Orange Book, I believe is the the line.
Yeah, no, I was being 100% literal. The Orange Cookbook is actually has wonderful recipes, but I was given it as a birthday gift, and the person who gave it to me was someone very special to me.
And tell us about the album. So this is your debut album. What led up to this record? Kind of what inspired you to make this record?
I think in the back of my head, I always knew I was going to make an album, but I wasn't ready for it until this point. And I was going through a period where I was having a lot of self-discovery. So it just meant that songs were just pouring out, and I was inspired by them, and I was also inspired to record them. So that allowed me to have this burst of energy over 6 to 8 months, where I was recording all these songs at home, where I was, setting up the mics myself, recording the drums myself. So it was just a place of my craft also got to a certain place where I was like, okay, this is good enough. I can make a song, and the instruments will be playing together.
I'm thinking now like a cookbook, how there's, all these different flavors, different flavors and tastes. The album has tons of different styles and inspirations. There's even a song in Portuguese, which you played today. Tell us about, some of this wide kind of range of influences we hear on this album.
It's kind of just, I think that's a reflection of just loving like so much kinds of music. I grew up listening to the like 2000s pop rock and stuff, and then a little bit of 70s soft rock from my parents. So that all came into my like mixture of influences. But I also fell in love with all this Brazilian music like bossa nova, and then their pop music from the 60s and 70s. So that's kind of just all melts together. And I think it being such an early work, I'm just experimenting a lot. So it's just like, all right, let's go way in this direction. So I think the diversity is probably just like getting everything out and getting used to making stuff.
That's awesome. I'm interested in about the Brazilian influence and that song in Portuguese. Also, I recently started listening to Jorge Ben, and this guy's basically like the Paul McCartney of Brazil. But I had no idea who he was until like this past year, and I've been just obsessed with this guy lately.
So many good albums.
Yeah,
oh my God,
the Emerald Tablet, I believe, is one, and I've been getting super into that. So yeah, I'm just curious more about that influence and how you got into that.
That makes me so happy just to hear you, like, we're talking about Georgie Ben on public radio and just like repping him in the United States of America, because he's so awesome. He was my largest like Brazilian inspiration, especially on that song Meu Amigo Jorge. That was written about a dream that I had of meeting him.
No way.
So that's
Okay.
those are what the lyrics are about, like meeting him and dancing samba with him. So that inspiration was super huge for me, and I traveled to Brazil a couple years ago to like increase my fluency at the language and to get to know the culture and the people and the music a little bit better. So just what they're doing is huge for me, and I love it.
You're hearing my talk with Jontan on Sessions from Studio A. Here's another one from his debut record, The Orange Book, recorded live in WNIJ's Studio A. This is Bright Rays by Jontan. Jontan, recorded live in WNIJ's Studio A. The band today is Forrest Kelly on drums, Aval Stanley playing keys, Walker Landgraf on bass, and Jonathan Gardner, aka Jontan, playing guitar and singing lead vocals. We'll be right back with more music after the short break. You can find more from Jontan over on Instagram at Jontan Music. That's Jontan. He's also on Bandcamp, and you can find that new debut album, The Orange Book, out on Spotify, Apple Music, all the usual streaming spots as well. Stay tuned for more music coming up. It's Jontan on Sessions from Studio A.
While you're sleeping.
Welcome back to Sessions from Studio A. Our guest this week is Jontan, and let's get right back into the music with another one from his debut record, The Orange Book, which he released last year. This one's titled The One I Love, recorded live in Studio A by Jontan.
Get to see the one that I love. She's waiting to see me now. When am I gonna get to feel the warmth of her touch? Her arms are reaching out. What if she was mad at me? And she's blaming me for leaving every time she feels pain. She knows that I'm the reason. When am I gonna get to see the one that I trust? She's never let me down. When am I gonna see the one that I miss so much? I look for her in crowds. What if she was mad at me? Blaming me for leaving to always go it alone. You want something done right, you do it on your own, on your own, on your own. You always look so good to the average passerby, but when you get home, you're simply terrified, terrified. Terrified. I know you're lonely. I might be the only one who can feel ya. So let me get near ya. I got to know ya. Girl, come on closer. I got to know ya. I ain't going nowhere. You don't know left from right, hot from cold, up from down. I've seen you try to walk, but your feet don't touch the ground, on the ground. On the ground. I know you're lonely. I might be the only one who can feel ya. So let me get near ya. I got to know ya. Girl, come on closer. I got to know ya. I ain't going nowhere. I got to know ya. Girl, come on closer. I got to know ya. I ain't going nowhere. I know you're lonely. I might be the only one who can feel ya. So let me get near ya. I got to know ya. Girl, come on closer. I got to know ya. I ain't going nowhere. I got to know ya. Girl, come on closer. I got to know ya. I ain't going nowhere.
You studied classical music in college, and you were saying that people don't think that you can take a classical education and apply it to pop music and jazz and these other genres, but you were saying you really can. Tell us about that kind of classical education and how that plays into your music.
Yeah, I think the part that most affected me was that we actually did learn how to analyze chords and analyze melodies, and that the analysis that I was doing of sheet music can really apply to like strengthening your ear and making you a little more attentive to how a melody interacts with the harmony. As a songwriter, you can really feel the pairing of the vocals with the music behind it.
Talk a little bit about the songwriting process for you on these songs. Like we said, you got the home studio. Tell us a little bit about what your songwriting process kind of looks like.
At the time of the album, it's changed a little bit. At the time of the album, it was kind of like, well, I have this incredibly strong feeling, and I desperately need to get it out, so I'll write a song. So it's like this horrible itch, and that has to be scratched. So it was like,
that sounds so fun.
no, it was life or death.
Life or death.
So that's what it was like at that point. And now I've written and recorded a second album, which is in process. And then it was more like, well, I'm going to sit down with my guitar because I feel like it, and I'm going to just sort of play some chords and sing random words, and if something catches my eye, I'll follow it.
I like that. And you teased there, so you've got material ready to go for the follow-up album. Can you tease that at all for us? What can you tell us about the next record?
It focuses in more. It's a little bit less eclectic. It goes more a little bit towards like a bossa nova meets Quiet Storm sound.
Ooh.
And it's twice as good. And I'm just finishing up. Just have to put some like background vocals and record some triangle over it.
Some triangle?
The triangle's important.
Yeah.
That's the important one.
Don't forget that.
Jonathan flew me in special just to play the triangle on this album. He's actually, it's a pay raise because I play the triangle.
You had to demand a little extra.
Yeah, it's a very
in the contract.
I understand. If
very
your triangle
crucial
rate is different than your drum set rate, I think that makes a lot of sense.
It's a very crucial
it's the
element
market.
to the song.
It's not normal metal.
You didn't have the triangle today, but you did have a cowbell in the kit, which I loved.
That's an extra $50.
Funny enough, I don't think I even played it.
You played it while we were sound checking.
While we were sound checking, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to remember. I think there was like one or two songs that I'd like to play it, but it was just there for show, unfortunately, this time.
That's right. People have to check out the behind-the-scenes video on YouTube to check out the cowbell. You guys have these really strong group vocals, vocal harmonies. Tell us about how you work those out. Is that something you kind of have to work on together a lot to lock those in?
Jonathan and I have been practicing doing that at home for a long time because we live together. And so at this point, I feel pretty comfortable finding the upper harmony. And that's how we've tended to sing, is with Jonathan singing, the melody and me singing above. And then we're lucky to play with Aval. And Aval is a pianist and knows a lot about music because music is always right in front of his eyes. Like he has all the notes right there. You can hear my jealousy as a guitarist. But then he's able to... Aval's so amazing to work with because he can figure out the third piece to that little puzzle. And then I think we've kind of relaxed into it. Because when we first did it, it would work when it went well. And then sometimes we had trouble kind of finding our parts. But I think the three of us have gotten very comfortable singing in harmony now.
I mean, I think that just goes to show how many rehearsals we've done, how much time we've spent together playing the music.
We have,
you know, that we can just kind of, this is what it should feel like.
We've played a good amount of shows, so
Yeah.
it's like as a band, so we're getting more connected.
Walker and Aval are really whizzes at it. Like they finished writing their part before I finished showing them the song.
That is true.
That
is true.
I don't have to change. I just sing my melody. So
Yeah.
I don't take any credit.
Yeah, halfway through the like any new song that Jay is showing us, it's like, okay, yeah. I'm like, this is the part I'm gonna play.
But I think that's kind of the amazing thing about this band is like Jonathan is truly, I think, one of my favorite current songwriters. Like I think he's an amazing songwriter, and then we all get to support that, and it's like just actually feels amazing to be a part of that team. It's really cool.
I may go crazy if I can't see you this instant. So I'm closing down the distance, even though the way is hazy. So tell him while you're sleeping that you want to be my bride, 'cause he'll make good on your dreaming. Yes, I know he'll make it right. Put my trust in my emotion, in the Lord of all things living. I just give you my devotion, and I know we'll keep you with me. So tell him while you're sleeping, yeah, that you wanna be my bride, 'cause he'll make it all your dreaming, yeah. Girl, I know we'll take it right. So tell him while you're sleeping, girl, I know he'll make it right. Will he make good on your dreaming, girl? I know he'll make it right. So tell him while you're sleeping, girl, I know he'll make it right. Out of sight, make it right, make it right.
Jontan on Sessions from Studio A. We've been hearing a performance recorded live in Studio A this hour. And don't go anywhere. In the last bit of our show, we'll hear more tracks from his debut album, The Orange Book, which you can find out now, available for purchase over on Bandcamp and Apple Music, and on all the other streaming services as well. Also find more from Jontan over on his Instagram page, jontan.music. That's JONTAN. Stay tuned for more music from Jontan coming up this hour on Sessions from Studio A. Welcome back to Sessions from Studio A. I'm Spencer Tritt. If you're just joining us, our guest is Jontan, singer and multi-instrumentalist whose debut album, The Orange Book, is out now. Let's keep the music going this hour with another one from that record. This is the title track of that debut album. It's The Orange Book by Jontan.
If you're wondering, I still feel that special way, but I wouldn't be okay to see you every night with you, a curse or a charm in my arm. But every meal I cook comes from the Orange Book. Floundering, I'd like to cheer you up, but I'll never call you up to greet you. Every step I take, I'm further away from you, and every meal I cook comes from the Orange Book. Somebody smiles, so I turn them into my song. Ba 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 ba. All the trees are peaceful. The way they sway in the wind. I would have liked to want a sunset. I know I'm too late. Walking along and I know that there's nothing wrong. Somebody sighs and I turn them into my song. Ba 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 ba. All the dogs get frightened when the rain starts to fall. They would not like to wear a raincoat. They know it's too late, walking along, and I'm sure that there's nothing wrong. Somebody smiles, so I turn them into my song. Ba 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 Best friend, best friend. I needed some advice, and you were there, 'cause you're my best friend, 'cause you're my best friend. I never think twice, no matter what anybody says, because you're my best friend, because you're my best friend. You just drop me a line, I will be there, 'cause you're my best friend, 'cause you're my best friend. You take water with ice, say it tastes colder, and as the years go by, I never lose sight. What brought us together grows in any weather, 'cause you're my best friend, 'cause you're my best friend. I never needed a sign, 'cause it's so real that you're my best friend, that you're my best friend. I never think twice, no matter what anyone says.
And as the years go by, I never lose sight. Our brothers together, you know we crawled in any weather.
Any weather, 'cause you're my best friend, 'cause you're my best friend. I never needed a sign, I could tell that you're my best friend, 'cause you're my best friend. Anytime you need anything, you know you just call. You know it, you know that you're my best friend.
What are some upcoming plans for you and the band? Jonathan, what's coming up for you?
I think we're having steak tomorrow night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, steak. We just cooked. We just cooked a whole chicken.
Did you use a recipe from the Orange Book?
Yeah,
He only uses those. Only those.
everything.
What do we have planned, Jay? Your records?
I'll
getting
have a second
finished?
record coming out.
You think in 2020?
Yeah, it'll
Yeah.
come out in 2024.
You gonna release any singles for that? Do you think kind of during the year leading up to that?
Yeah, I just don't know which ones. I don't know which ones at this point.
There's too many good ones to pick.
So
Exactly.
if I break to break the fourth wall, I don't really know what I'm gonna do in 2024.
Tell people where they can follow you and be on the lookout for more music, where they can find, the Orange Book, and then be on the lookout for new music in
You can
2024.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Jontan Music. That's JONTAN Music. And on Spotify, Apple Music, and all your streaming services, including YouTube, at Jontan. That's JONTAN.
Jontan, thank you so much again for coming out to DeKalb, and thank you to the whole band
Thank
for
you,
playing in
Spencer.
Studio A. Great set.
man.
Thank you so much for having us, Spencer.
I guess I'm sorry I haven't been a smart enough fool. I know when you put 1 and 1 all the time you get 3. I guess I'm sorry I haven't been a large enough tool. I know when you put 1 and 1 all the time you get 3. Yes, you always get 3. Yes, you always get 3. Yes, you always get 3. Even I know it can be hard to make up your mind. Even I know it can be hard to make up your mind. I woke up alone, someone on my mind. Though I've never known, I sure would like to try. Could she be mine this instant? I don't read her mind. We met a couple times, I was never sure. I held her in my eyes, I want her for my girl. She doesn't show no symptoms that she feels like I. Could she be mine? I'll never know. Could she be mine? I'll let her go. All the plans I'd made, living as one, they bring me new life. So I'll start them again. Quiet kind of charm, the body of a beast. Lift me with one arm, take me for a feast. Were it today, I'd be certain I just read her mind. start them again.
That was Start Them Again by Jontan. You can find that song on Jontan's debut album, The Orange Book, which is out now on all the streaming platforms and available for purchase over on his Bandcamp page. That one is going to close out our show for this week. A big thanks to Jontan and the band for joining us and playing in Studio A, and thanks to you for listening in. You can also follow Jontan on Instagram at jontan.music. That's JONTAN. Check out his page over there for more music from him, including a ton of great live videos in the home studio and news about new upcoming music. Head over to WNIJ.org to find behind-the-scenes video of Jontan's performance in Studio A. That's in our show archive under the Music tab on WNIJ.org, along with this full episode. Sessions from Studio A is produced at WNIJ Studios on the campus of Northern Illinois University. Producers are yours truly and Mike Lundgren. I'm Spencer Tritt. Thanks so much for joining me this week, and I'll see you next time on another edition of Sessions from Studio A.